Original episodes.
Favorite from the original series. Why don't we start down at that end with you, Doug? Casey, who's down there? Favorite original series episode? Steve? Mirror, Mirror, of course.
Gee, I don't know, that's a really hard choice, but I'm really torn between a few of them. I mean, City in It Forever, I think, is one that everybody loves. I think an episode that really touched me a lot was Metamorphosis. It's such an amazing episode, and really so far ahead of its time for 1967. Spectacular show. You know, I just want to say that I had never intended on doing this show, and I really had no intention on doing. I'm so busy anyway on all the shows that we've been doing. We've done Battlestar Galactica, Caprica, Defiance. We just did Blood and Chrome, and I don't have any spare time. But Vic came over one day with a rough cut, and I was so blown away by how amazing it looked. It looked more like the original series than anything I had seen since the original series. And besides, I saw that first scene on the bridge with Mike and Diana and was so blown away by it. I just had to be involved. So there I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you mentioning that, Doug, because the lovely Athena was played by Mike's wife, Diana Hale, who is also here. Please give her a big round of applause.
We love you, Diana.
Any other favorite episodes? I've got an obscure favorite. You know what my favorite episode is? Requiem for Methuselah. I love that episode so much. At the end, when Kirk's like, is all upset because they're a young and lonely man. And an old and lonely man. Anyway,
mine is, I hate to say it, Trouble with Tribbles. We need more Tribbles on Star Trek Continues as well. We gotta have a couple of those furry balls around there.
I have to say Journey to Babel, because Bones finally got the last word. It's a great show besides that. And The Doomsday Machine with the best McCoy Go to Hell look.
Steven set him up time, of course. Absolutely. Oh, a piece of the action. That was a great episode.
Hey, I have a question. Does anyone know who the gunslinger was that I was playing in the teaser? Anyone know who that was? Who he's supposed to be?
Yep, he said it.
It's actually a character by the name of Paladin from an old Western called Have Gun Will Travel, which Gene Roddenberry learned how to write on that show. He wrote 24 episodes of Have Gun Will Travel before he came to Star Trek, and if you watch that show, you will see a lot of Star Trek in it. Yeah. So anyway, that was another thing. I got to be Paladin in the show, so there's no way, I couldn't resist.
Did anyone notice who was the voice of the computer? The lovely Marina Sirtis. Yes. Question, is there a question?
Yeah, that was seriously amazing. It blew me away. But the question I was going to ask is, how hard was it to capture the original series? Like, it's hard. And even anything down to the dialogue, everything. How hard was it to capture that magic that we just saw? You're a great bird!
I love you. I'm going to make out with Michelle Nichols right now. Oh! She just said he was born to it. You know what? When I was 10 and 11 years old, like a lot of people up here, I fell in love with that series, and I used to record it on a cassette player every episode, and then I would put the cassette player under my pillow at night and lay there and go to sleep listening to the episodes, and I memorized, every word. Audio tapes, by the way. They didn't have video back then. There were no video cassettes. And, the privilege to meet these people and to do this together is, I sat in the front row, I've seen this thing. I edited it and directed it, and I know every frame of this episode, and I sat there beside Michelle at the end with tears in my eyes because I'm so blown away that we actually accomplished this. there's an awful lot that goes into what you just saw, and we had so many people that gave so much.
I gotta say too, this is the first time most of us in the cast have seen this episode. And when I was looking at this, it was, as we say, it's so Star Trek. I mean, it was like I was watching one of the original episodes. And we owe that to Vic. Vic is our captain, and he's the one that made it happen.
We love you, Vic!
He's a walking encyclopedia of Star Trek. You could hum a bar of music from any episode in the original series. He will name it, and not only will he name it, he'll recite all of the dialogue for all of the characters.
It's terrifying.
That's how we found Wyatt, right? Chekhov.
That's right.
He challenged Vic, foolishly.
Our Chekhov trivia. Yes, and you know what? Please give a round of applause to Wyatt Lenhart, who played Chekhov. He was wonderful. And of course, my dear friend Todd Haverborn, who played Mr. Spock. Todd sends his love. He's very sad that he can't be here with us.
Vic, I gotta say that it's so amazing all the different jobs that you did on this thing. I mean, aside from, getting everything together, and he even wrote additional music for the show and performed it. I mean, that's just, he can't be human. It's impossible.
There were several passages when we were shooting the episode and we're doing scenes. I'm thinking of pieces of music from the original series that would be perfect for this moment. But when I started editing it, we would get to a moment where the music would change. And I didn't want it to change. I needed it to do something else. And so there were several places, if you guys are very, very familiar with the original series music, there were probably several places where you went, I don't remember that music. And what we did was I would compose something new, and it would seamlessly morph out of the original series music into its own theme, and then it would morph back in to the original series, so that we were able to accentuate certain dramatic moments. We could customize them and make them special for the episode. So, yeah, there was a lot of that. Question?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, apparently there's another panel in about 15 minutes that we don't start.
Clearly there's way too much awesome in this room to be contained at one time. We're sorry, but we're going to have to release all of this into the universe. I don't know about you guys, but I was actually practicing to prep for this. I know Chris is practicing his Scottish accent, his dad's Scottish accent. Wyatt was practicing Chekhov. I'm sitting there in my room. Oh my.
I was actually listening to tapes of Gerard Butler. I think I told you that bit. And he's got that really, accent down. He's got really, and I got to tone it down a bit. I got to be like my dad. I got to be Scotty. I can't be too Scottish.
We have to work on the next one too, because I didn't get any token lines. The closest we got was a less damn peculiar, Jim. So, we'll have to work on that.
The long-range goal, let me say quickly, the long-range goal is we would like to see the finish of the 5-year mission. It would be wonderful to pick it right up where it left off and do a season 4 and a season 5, and I think we can definitely accomplish that with the help of people like you and your interest and support of what we're doing. This episode will go online live tonight at midnight. So please pass that on to all your friends, tweet about it. Get that.
StarTrekContinues.com, Larry. Okay.
And we have another present for you. I have a surprise for you. We had some really lovely posters printed that are exclusive to this particular event, and the cast is going to go out this door, and we're going to sign free posters for you. So if you'd like to come by and say hello and allow us to sign a free poster for you, I believe they're going to be lining up at this door, and we've got tables out here. And we will look forward to meeting you all. We love you. Thank you.
Please like the official Star Trek Continues Facebook page. Tweet about us. Thank you very much.